Hello, I'm Nevin Dulabaum, president of Brethren Benefit Trust. I'm a former photojournalist who occasionally teaches a course on photography to Church of the Brethren members nationwide. Many of you work with your church newsletters or websites, and so taking pictures is a task that you do quite often. In this brief presentation, I'm going to share 8 easy-to-remember photo tips with you that, if you don't know them already, will enhance your photography. So, let's get started. The first lesson is on exposure, trying to get the object in the picture that you want to look at the most to be properly exposed. In this case, the church is not properly exposed because the sky is so bright. So let's fix that. Take your camera and compose a shot, and then aim the camera down so that it kind of fills the area that you see in the gray over here. And once you're down there and don't see any sky, you push the button to take the picture only halfway, and you hold it that way. You leave it at halfway, and then you recompose the shot with the sky in, so that's composed like this. And now holding it, looking at this picture like this, holding the button down halfway, you push the button all the way in. So it takes the picture, but you have gotten an exposure only for the church. So the picture is brightened like this. Here, let's try one more. Here's a statue. You compose the shot, you aim down, you hold the button halfway once you don't see any sky in it. And then you recompose a shot, and then you push the button the rest of the way. And you've taken a meter reading off of the statue with no sky, so the statue is properly exposed like this. That was lesson number 1. Lesson number 2, turn off your flash when it's dark out. Look at how this picture looks with no flash, being illuminated only by the fire. A much better picture. Here's another example. I'm in the basement of a castle. I'm taking a picture and my camera is using the built-in flash. That flash doesn't go very far. It takes this picture, which is not really good at all. But it's great when it's compared with how it looks when I turned the flash off and only used existing light, and I held really still. This is the way that picture was. Last example. Here is a birthday cake with, you can see clutter in the background, what have you. It's okay picture. But turn the flash off and it only has the lighting of the candles. And you're naturally drawn into the candles and the faces of the girls, and you don't see any clutter in the background. This is a far better picture. Turn the flash off when it's dark. Conversely, lesson number 3, turn the flash on when it's bright. Look at the picture. It's properly exposed except for our faces, which are in shadows. So we turn the flash on and take the picture, and now our faces have been properly exposed as well, with the shadows missing, and the background is exposed properly too. The way you do that is you go to your camera, whether it be a smartphone or a point and shoot, and you look for the little lightning bolt. The lightning bolt alone means the flash will always be on for every picture. The lightning bolt with a circle and a line through it means the flash will never be on. And when it says auto, that means the camera will pick when to turn the flash on and when to turn the flash off. So here's one more example. My daughter in front of a lake, and her face is in the shadows. So you turn the flash on, and this is what you get. Pretty impressive effect, I think. Helps bring pictures alive. Now, lesson number 4, composition. Many people take pictures like this when they're on vacation. They center everything. Well, it's more interesting if you divide the picture up into thirds, both vertically and horizontally. This is called the rule of thirds. So the picture, dividing it up, looks like this. You try to have the subject matter in that inner rectangle. And here is another one. All 3 people are in that inner rectangle. And one more rule of thirds. And now I'm going to show you a combination. The sun is really bright. It would make the ground and the girl in shadows, right? So you turn on the flash, you compose the picture, you point the camera down so it only sees the ground. You push the button in halfway. Keeping it halfway, you recompose the picture with the sky, and then you push the button the rest of the way. And you get a properly exposed picture even with the sunlight coming right at you. Now, what happens if you wanted to see the sky? Well, you would aim the camera up into that shaded area that you see, only the sky. You push the button down halfway, then you bring it back down to include some mountains, you recompose it, and then you push the button the rest of the way. And now it has metered off of the sky, and you get dramatic sky effect with a silhouette of the mountains. Lesson number 5, action. Don't take pictures of people with their hands by their sides, or at a podium or at a meeting. Have them doing something. In this picture, the main character of this picture is turning the page. He's got his hand doing a gesture, and he's talking to the man next to him who's very pensive. This picture has action to it and tells a story. As is this picture. This is a person preaching at a podium, and here's another person at a podium. And finally, one more action shot of a boring meeting. But still, there's action. People are looking at the person talking, and there's hand gestures that shows some motion and some action. Always try to get that. It's much more exciting than hands by the side. Our next example, or next lesson, is number 6, positioning. Look at this picture. This room looks pretty empty. I would never use this picture. But walk around to the back and take another one, and now look what happened. It actually looks pretty full. And the man has action to him. This is a pretty good picture. But what if we walk around 90 degrees more? Look how full the room looks now. And the man is also doing action. I would use this picture to promote insight sessions because it looks very full and vibrant compared with that first picture. Positioning is very much a key. Look at this picture. If I had stood in the road, I would not have gotten the image of the walkers down by the river. I had to stand in the path of the runners, but I only had a couple seconds before I had to get out of their way. The lesson to the story is always move to where you need to go to take the picture that you need to take, even if it means standing in front of people. You might only have one chance to take that picture. Don't miss that opportunity. Here's one more example of positioning. Taking a picture of a historic picture. Well, this doesn't tell you anything. We don't even know what we're looking at. But you zoom in, you walk in, and you can see 2 people looking at this picture. And now here is a grandfather and a granddaughter looking at this historic picture of the Brethren Pension Plan. And I like that picture so much that I use it the following year in my annual report, which is lesson number 7. But you really can't see the annual report because Lauren isn't modeling it very well. When you're going to show off something like the annual report, you should hold it out to the camera like this. Now you can see the annual report. Another form of modeling is when you're visiting a place, a city, going on a trip, being a tourist, and you want to see a historic landmark. Many people go stand by it like this. But why have the person be so far away? Move the person up to the camera, and the building will be at the same distance, and you get a picture like this. I think it's much more compelling. Finally, lesson number 8. With any smartphone, you should be able to take panoramic pictures. I shot this one by starting with my girls on the left of the picture, and as I moved across, they ran around me and went to the right side and became bookends of this picture. I love this picture. Now here's an example of how you take a panoramic picture. And there's the picture. This brief video was intended to teach you 8 tips and tricks to help you take compelling pictures. But this may only be a start. If you are interested in this, then my challenge to you is to dive into the various technical components of photography so that you can control how to make water look like it is running or has turned into ice, or take a simple picture, like 2 coffee cups, and make them look totally different by using different effects of your camera. All it takes is interest and a bit of creativity, and that is my challenge to you. Call or write if you have any questions. Thank you.